Good morning everyone. This is Martin Wong here with the Breakfast Show. The date is 6th of January 2021. 1 year has passed, isn't it? We have seen those of you who've been following us, Trade VSA, as well on my Facebook, Martin Tiavo. We know that we've been with you since the COVID, isn't it? Which actually started somewhere in March. I still remember I was wanted to go for holiday and we're still in COVID. Isn't it? Now COVID has in a way, well, maybe brought us more closer, isn't it? As we are producing more and more shows. Those of you who have seen us, all this while, we are producing some great shows and we have more great things coming you for year 2021. And yesterday we had a good lunch, sat down with the coaches, and we were planning what are the activities we can do to involve more of you for the year 2021, and also the swan-in of Joe Biden, where we'll see the stock market are getting very bullish. At the same time, we are seeing the market in today, it is down 14 points. So what is really happening in here? As we can see, the market has sort of retreated back, a correction just before the Chinese New Year, or a continued more bullish market to come. Thank you for those of you who has joined us wherever you coming from in here. Thank you for coming. Thank you. So we will proceed on with the morning that we have presented for you. Thank you for coming this morning in here and sharing this in here. All right. So what do we have in store for you? Definitely is just to another thank you note to the top 5 winners. Remember, early towards the end of Christmas, we have feedback review contest, and we have 5 winners in here: Thomas, Jayan, CK, Hong Lee, and Astro. We've been a great supporter all this while in here, so you could see, and also they have won 500 extra point plus our 1-day investing cost, which is the 16th of January. That's the one in here, so they get to come in an extra point. So, and their review is has been very positive for us. Thank you very much. We really are in here, but the key point is we want to bring that message to you, which is why we are doing this, is that 2021, we hope that it will be a profitable year for you, as it's been for 2020 as well. More importantly, when you head on to different types of market, whether it is the KLSE market, the technology, going back to the rubber glove, or going to the US market. That's right, with a plan and confidence plan. I think that's very important to where you want to able to exit with the timely matter in here. So good morning everybody. Those of you who just joined us, welcome to the Breakfast Show Trading Idea. And this Wednesday is definitely our intermediate level. That's right, our intermediate level. And let's not forget, there are some Samantha who's just joined us. Thank you for your review, but I think the point is 2 things we want to emphasize with SmartRobie, since we are talking about smart, is the simplicity to use, and also trading plan and discipline to follow, which I've talked about a lot, about having a discipline plan, which is important for you to follow some of the SmartRobie. And if you do, 2021 will be a profitable year going forward in here, right? So this is now a special treat for those of you who has joined as a token appreciation. We have posted this also in our Telegram, and those of you who have not joined our Telegram, do join it in here. I hope you didn't miss this message. As a token appreciation and for your support over year 2020, we're giving you some top trade ideas in 2021. That's right. For this Saturday, Zoom 2 p.m. Right? Now remember, we are not doing any talk for you on tonight because we are reserving for a masterclass session in here. But no doubt, we still decided with the coaches and our trainer to give you a very special, plus our researcher, okay, to go through some of the top trade ideas for year 2021. And this will be on a Zoom session. So why are we doing on Zoom rather than Facebook? Because we really want to have a lot more interaction with you guys. We'll prepare something like a half an hour session so you can really ask questions, especially to me, and also my trainer Zac will be hosting this Zoom session here, especially for all our Telegram and Trade VSA public members, and also not forgetting our masterclass, and also all our premium members, right, who have joined us in here. So we have limited to 500 seat. That is the scanning. So if you missed this one, no problem. Later on, we will post it up on Facebook and get it up there too. More importantly, we really want to sort out some of the issues that you have, perhaps some of the stocks that which you stuck on year 2020, not able to get out. And really, more important, what we talk about is starting fresh, starting new for year 2021. And year 2020 has been very good for me. As I said before, I'm up almost 50% on my own retirement investment, which is good, when you're up retirement investment, which I'm actually managing for myself, as well as some of my clients too, they are also up. So this year, 2020 was a good year, and let's make sure, and I do think 2021 with the macroeconomics that we presented to you on every Wednesday night and also every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, you can see really the dynamics, how understanding macroeconomics, understanding price and volume, using volume spread analysis will help you to get through most of the time in here. All right. So this is always been what we have. So this is the agenda that we have for you, and definitely today is Wednesday, and we will be starting off with trending stock pick. That's right, trending stock pick. So you can see just above my head here, some of those stocks that I have for you in here. But also we are looking at some new sentiment in this morning here. Now let's look at the market this morning, where we are at the market. The KLSE market hasn't been treating us very well. We are down 12%. Yesterday we did close up, but continued selling. And this is partly also due to the headlines we are seeing is the foreign fund. That's right. If you notice on my left hand side of the screen, the foreign funds are actually leaving. And it actually, I was talking to some of the members and also to the coaches on I think on last Thursday, right? We have one of the largest, almost 895 million foreign funds leaving the country. This is one of the biggest I've seen. So it's no surprise that you see in here, right? Our KLCI, let me just zoom it in for you here, right? You can see on the right hand side, right, why we have the red pentagon and why we have the orange trend zone. So if you look at this news, getting foreign fund back because the foreign market has dropped. But remember, the Pentagon Guider on the KLC chart has warned you almost on 20th of December, almost 1 or 2 weeks ago, that the market is going to turn. And that's what, if you've been following SmartRobie, or if you trust, like what we say, some of our testimonial with confidence, with a plan, then you will know that this today, the foreign fund news, it's not going to scare you as much as you do. So this has always been our objective really going forward, to sort of educate many of our members in here. But the news really talk about how the government initiative and Bursa is trying to get more investors to really come back into the market. All right. So let's go on to our next news is the technology side, which is, if you look at this news, talks about the EMS and all the automation where analysts are very, especially this is from CIMB, CIMB talking about how they're going to be very bullish. Some of the stocks we're talking about, as I said before, SKP, VS, ATNS, those are likely to do very well. And, very simple, just, switch on to ATA, IMS, hit that one. All right, you can see, go to stock comment and charts, hit the next one in here. You could see we had the green pentagon earlier on, but we have an orange pentagon. So do take note. Then this is also due to the sell-off that we have, the also aligned with the Bursa, right? Of course, definitely we can look at VS2 and that remarks. So all in all, if you look at it, is that market has pricing in here. You could see yesterday and also not noted. You can see the first red pentagon has come up. So you have to be very careful in here. The ATR stop loss is around $2.40 in here. Should it close below, then this is a time to exit. Remember, exit. Okay, so didn't say I didn't tell you. So do take note. But if you're longer term, then you have to wait for the kind of correction here. But I have something in store for you. Is our Pentagon Guided Trading portfolio system that we are very proud of, and we are back tested for year 2020, and we came up with almost triple-digit return for a portfolio of 35,000 and so forth. And that's something we want to share with you, the trading method and also the methodology, how to use that in our upcoming, which is the 16th of January. More information on that down the road in here. So this is what we've seen so far and moving forward in here. So again, news on StarBiz is talking about how the higher earnings, which is expected for year 2021, which is this year, from a lot of Maybank researchers in here saying that, look, year 2020 has been a COVID year, but year 2021 people are start buying, plantation banking stocks are recovering, rubber gloves are, and now we have seen rubber glove really taken a big hit since on the opening, which is 4th of January, because of the introduction of the regulated short selling. That's right, they came in and they shorted. So again, two factors. You got the regulated short selling, then you got the intraday short selling will coming on February 28. That's going to be happening after Chinese New Year. So all this kind of news are really pushing the KLCI, which we see right now, a red pentagon and an orange triangle. So it's no surprises in there. But the positive news going economics, here you see it's a 5.1. But we all know that usually, the economics factor that you see in here are slow. That's why the market now is turning, which is ahead. The stock market is always 6 to 9 months ahead of what you see. So no surprise if you've been following me. And these are the reasons that I really want to educate you in many ways. So thank you for really coming and spending your time with me here today. Now also another stock which is on the highlight is K Power. And if you look at K Power, okay, let me just bring up K Power here. K Power, not K Power 2 lah. K Power, and I hit that one, and you can see K Power bring up a bigger screen for you in here. You got stock comment, right there you go, and you can see since the green pentagon, which is way back on 29 until today. All right, and how do I know that? Very easy. Just go back to let me just pinch it back here again. You can see Pentagon fact number 1. K Power is 54.4% since Green Pentagon on the which is the 26th of November. That's right. Pentagon, right? At that time was about $5. Okay, so 54.4%, and you could see that was certainly very powerful, isn't it? Correct, not very powerful, and you could have gained 54.4% in here. Another SMARTRobie factor is that Pentagon Guider has 100% win rates so far, with 8 trades back tested so far. So you can see SMARTRobie is smart enough to back test. So when you follow that green pentagon, that fact will come up, which means every green pentagon make money lah. But also if you look the science behind it, the volume behind it, is because of the price and volume in here. No doubt, if you look at the positive news, K Power has ventured into into more healthcare deal, and that's why the stock is really going higher than it should. All right, so this is what we've seen so far in here, right? And that's happening well. Now, how many of you have K Power? If you have K Power, just share it in there. And I'd like to know if you have K Power, so it'd be great to see that. All right. So some of you want to look at some stocks. You can just type it in there if you want me to look at the stocks. One of you told me to look at gold counter. I think Zac covered pretty well on the gold counter. But I think on Monday or Tuesday, my fellow clicked in here. So that is pretty well. If you're in gold, remember gold is picking up where the Bitcoin is. And remember our masterclass member, I did talk about one Bitcoin trust ETF that you can actually trade on the US market in here. We probably review that also tonight for our masterclass member in here. Now, let's look at the next story that I have for you in here. Is no other than change in fortune. Okay, that is the gaming section. So gaming section, usually the suspect is BJ Toto and Magnum. Let's look at the BJ Toto, okay, which paid good dividend. Right, so let me just bring it up for you in here. Of course, the chart wise, you can take a look at the trading view in here. So you can see right now it's building up a nice space, no green pentagon yet. And let's look at the price today for livestock price. Okay, and you have minus 0.9%, which is a 218 there. All right, then we will also look at the fundamentals behind it. stock fundamentals for BJ Toto is there's no dividend payment in here. We probably need to check that one too. Looking at that one, there's a ROE of 17.55 and a PE of 21. So that makes it a bit overvalued, okay, because the PE is higher than the ROE. Generally, we figure that out, okay. And Magnum will be very similar, so you can take a look at Magnum and yourself if you are wanting one of those dividend stocks that forsake as part of your portfolio as you move on to your daily management. I think many of you eventually will find out, hey, this stock market, if the next 8 years is going to go up like what Martin says, so far we have seen 2020, right? We have this down here. Maybe I should, do this more on the regular basis to supplement my income, which I'm getting up and not too sure whether my, what we call productive income, which I've talked about productive income, the one that you work, plus asset income, which is the stock market income. You need to have both productive income and asset income in there to get wealthy. And I've spoke a lot this to our members. Maybe I'll talk more on the 16th of January, a little bit of what my thoughts on product, because I've been relying a lot on my asset income as I built over the years inside there. And it's no surprise, also asset income, no income tax. Remember, there is no real property gain tax. So it's something that you want to build on using maybe Berjaya Toto as a retirement kind of fund that we are, which I've been doing for some time over the last 10 years. All right, let's move on to our next story in here. Is definitely the US market in here. Now, last night US market did close a bit higher. Now, as I see before behind the TV, we are still waiting for the Georgia election news inside here. And Dow Jones has broken above 30,000, which I said before, even coming into last year at 29, it broke through, staying above 30,300. I think it's quite easily on January 20th, right? Again, let's keep our finger process. The race to 33,000. Which is 33,000, another 7,000 points more to go up, which is possible. What do you think? Do you think we can hit 33,000 after 20th of January? Now, it's very important that we see this, the Senate, the House of Senate is controlled. Right now, it's too early to tell, as I was watching it just now, between on CNN as well as on Euronews, we are seeing the leading by the Democrats, which is the blue state, over the Republican India. But it's too soon to tell, all right? But with the controlling of the House of Senate and the president, you can see Joe Biden, or sometimes they call him the COVID rescuer Biden, to come in, and you'll see that stock market continue to rally higher. And that's what on the message we want to have so far. All right. Now, of course, for 2021, one of the big agenda we have, at least first half of the first quarter 2021, is to share with you some of the top 2020 trades and really learn back some of the lessons that we have in here. And it's always important. Our message to you has been always educational. We really want to teach you how we look at the market, how we make money in the market, and how our member has done so, and eventually you are able to do that. That's always been our 2021 agenda in here. So you can see on the left hand side of the QR code is the one that there's more information about our Pentagon system in here, which is a portfolio using a $35,000 in here, and you could make up about 106%. Do you know that the same system, this one for the KLSE, can even make you more on the US market? Again, on the 16th of January, I'll review the same strategy in here, how you can use to trade this for 2021, because we really want to show you how we're not trying to say that it's easy to make money. There are challenges, of course, and there are risks involved. But if you follow some of our educational point and do it yourself, I think you're much better off. Knowledge, in our opinion, and skill, it's important that you want to impart in your thing in here. So do take note of that one. Now, this is something I flashed up last Wednesday in here. If you look at some of the top 10 trades that we have, Supermax, Top Glove, and so forth, you would probably see that Supermax has one of the highest. Of course, if you look at the lesson learned that we have inside here, definitely on Green Pentagon and Red Pentagon, those are the two things that you have. And you want to able to exit partially, as you go on. That's why if you're just going to buy a small percentage in here, a bit of that, then you can never, I think it's what important we've always been talking about. The agenda for the 2021 is, do you want to be a trained investor? Do you want to be a trained trader? That's the agenda in here. If not, you will just be mediocre performance. Now, a lot of time people say the fear of coming out, the fear of stepping out to change is difficult. Especially some of you are in the elderly age, I can understand that. But more importantly, I ask you and I beg you to have an open mind. Open mind is important because when a closed mind is there, you can never move forward. Am I correct now to say that? An open mind versus a closed mind in here. Now, if you're open mind and you've been following for us, then you will see a lot of things we talk about does make sense. And definitely one way to do forward is item number 6 that you see there, forward testing Pentagon guide. Now, some of the trades that we have, and I'm going to show you on the trending list, some of the examples that we talk about do make sense. Now, also, if you look at the small and mid cap stock, we have CCM, K1, now K-Power, you see that, right? K-Power was already one of the big winners, 55% return, and right now it's still moving up. Vitrox, Great Tech, Signtech, Frontcan, and so forth. All right, and if you look at this is on CCM, and if you notice CCM, which is the chemical, was taken private by who? By Batu Kawan, isn't it? By Batu Kawan. So since then, Batu Kawan has come out with the news, and that news was on December 8th. But remember, Green Pentagon picked it up so much earlier. The smart money able to pick it up so much earlier, way back in where? Early October. And if you have got that right, and that's 146% return. I'm not saying that you need to make 146% return. I'm just showing you on our portfolio trading strategy, if you do those regular trades, right? Having an entry point, having an exit point, having a stop loss, you're able to achieve triple-digit return. Maybe not triple-digit return, maybe just double-digit return. And if you're not so good, a single-digit return, maybe 6%, 9%, which is still better than our KLCI, which is only last year did about 3%. I think that's the message I want to go on. And we can see that's the news also on SmartRobie. And with SmartRobie, it does make it. Now, this morning, if you look at the news that we have so far, judging from here, and let's see that it's 71% rating, so you have to be very, very careful in here. So let me just go on to the news. And you can see the news inside here. So the news is neutral, that's right, because the KLCI started off in line with the regional trend, which is the January 6th today, but it extended downtrend pretty much yesterday, and a lot of the short selling in here. Okay, now if you look back at the sentiment, Muda Jaya is very positive, Tengaga is positive, Hoa Genting is positive too, and also Aeon Credit is positive, but the Pentagons are red. So you want to explore some of those stocks if you are into the blue chips. If else, let's move on. Now, if you look at some of the highlight of our immediate trade idea that we have, Muda Jaya, Maybach, those really has make a nice run over there. Pi, the one this morning actually Pi started to move. We picked it up last week on the 23rd. If we look at Pi right now, this morning Pi started to move up. Okay, let's look at the stock prices here, and you can see Pi is up 11%. So that's something we picked last week, and it's good. Now remember, that's why education is important. The ability to read chart is also important in here. So right now we can see Pi is, let me just switch on to the bigger chart. You can see Pi is up 11%. So it's no surprise Pi is up. And also some of the members did tell me, hey Martin, revenue finally jalan, right? I can tell you also, same thing. So revenue is actually one of the trending stock for today. It's up 16%. Yesterday. Of course, it's always nice to buy earlier, which I tell many of our members to buy earlier. Learn to read the chart. Okay, UWC item number 4 is 0.5%. Again, exhibiting very, very similar one for that one. So the question you always want to ask yourself, what should you do? Right? I think more importantly is to have a plan, to have an education. Right, I have a plan how to utilize your capital and your fund. As I said before, using our portfolio trading strategy, that's the one we're using 35,000. It's very ideal. There are reasons behind it. I know some of you may only say, I only have $5,000. How to do? All right, now join us on the 16th of January. We want to explore some of these things. Or if not, that is also coming this Saturday. Look at how we will share with you some of the trading strength, some of our trade idea for 2021. So we have installed 2 activities for you incoming in here. So if you look at what we have for you this morning. Let's look at the case study first. Of course, also part of this as an educational event and also the trading idea. We also want to talk about the UWC in here. One of the stocks that we picked last week hasn't run yet. Some of you will say, hey, hasn't run yet. What should I do? What should I do? Okay, let me just bring up UWC in here. This is interesting also. Okay, now sorry I had to interject a bit, but some people asked me about rubber glove earlier yesterday, and I happened to look at this. Now the rubber glove, there's another one called Riverstone, which I invested too. They are based off in Rawang in there, and one of the StarBiz market leader, I think Robie, did a visit, and he met up with the CEO Wong. I met up the CEO Wong a couple years ago when I visited them, and I bought this stock, I think around 10-15 cents. I made a lot of money from here, that's for sure. I have been holding up. So you notice that Riverstone is actually kicking up earlier. Okay, kicking up. And if you look at that, you compare to Top Glove, which is actually kicking down. Right? So you can see why. You see, this one is actually going up. So what it simply says that, look, at the end of the day, all this you already know what happened, right? Because of the RSS. Now, like you know, the rubber glove will recover. But the question is, you don't want to sideline on rubber glove. All right? So that's a lesson learned very quickly. Okay. So let's talk about UWC since we're on this subject in here. Let me just bring up UWC. Now, some of you are saying that, hey, if I have this, how do I get hold of TradingView? Now, this is a TradingView plugin package. You can go over to our Trade VSA pricing and plan if you want to upgrade. If not, you can just use the SmartRobie one. You can put here UWC. But of course, why this is good, again, you can switch to an hourly chart in here. And that's where you want to look at it. All right, the hourly chart in here. So you can look at UWC, you can look at the stock chart. Now you can compare, right? Let me just switch it on for you in here. So it's very, very similar. Now, okay, let me just switch it on. You can see the difference. Now, this one is a daily chart. Okay, this is a daily chart that you get in SmartRobie. Of course, the one on the top of me are the intraday. Now, some people do ask, what is the benefit, Martin, of getting intraday? Now, it all depends whether you're an active trader or not. If you're a layback trader, like most of our members, then you just want to use SmartRobie. Now, we don't really so-called push you or try to promote you or whatever the case is. Most important is when you're ready to upgrade your skill as you are understanding better meaningful, then upgrade using our TradingView plugin in here, definitely. Now, one of the things that you want to do using the TradingView in here is that you're able to switch to hourly chart. So when you have a green pentagon on an hourly chart, right, then you're able to get in early. So if it does look like, if you switch on to the daily chart right now in here, it does look like you can see spring here, and they're exactly the same. They're exactly the same. And I think UWC is going to jalan soon, like we have seen in the revenue, which I'm going to show you next after here. All right. So any stocks you want me to look at? I think Mei Ling did ask me about Top Glove. I've talked about Top Glove earlier on inside in here. Top Glove is going down the hill, as I said before. No point to talk. Just look at what SmartRobie, the plan is. If you're not going to cut loss, if you're not going to... point is, what is your plan for Top Glove? I'm going to ask you. Robie is giving you the plan. Well, you're either disciplined enough to follow or don't follow. Or many times you will say, hey, but the other Sifu is saying, this Sifu is saying, then you follow their plan. No? That's right. If not, you follow SmartRobie plan. But I think at the end of the day is having a strategy, having a plan. And more importantly, don't listen. Okay? Don't listen to Sifu A, Sifu, including me too. Always have a plan, justify, make your own decision. Now, I always said before, because of our education system in Malaysia, we never question the authority. We never question the Sifu. We are always follow. And the same thing, especially right now, many of our listeners and many of Malaysians, and they are the education system in such a way we don't do critical thinking. We never question why the chart looks like that, and it is proliferated to our judgment of investing and trading too. And that's very, very scary. And that's why a lot of people find it investing, trading, they have to make their own judgment. They have to think very critically, and many of them struggle or find it very challenging. So that's why I said before, part of your agenda year 2021 is to become an educated trader, an educated trainer. Okay, so so that's the message. So UWC looks pretty good, and let's move on to what I have for you for the definitely for our trending stock for this week. Okay, is KGB and revenue. All right. So if you look at KGB and revenue, let me just switch back to here. KGB and revenue. Okay, let's switch on to KGB. I think KGB already picked back up again. KGB. Now, how do I find this? Just go on to the trending chart on the main menu. You're able to see. So let's bring it up in here. Okay, now of course after the big push up there was a sell-off, but this morning in here I think KGB was up when I last checked it here. Yeah, it's up 1.8%. Just like the overall stock market, this one is going to be kicking. It's going to, I believe it's going to eventually break up. Let's look at it in a couple next week, next Wednesday or next 2 Wednesday from now. Where is KGB going to go up? What do you think? Do you think KGB is going to be confidence to go up for that one? All right, let's look on to, so the first one is definitely, so this is, let's look at revenue, right? KGB. Again, this is the interactive chart. If you feel that interactive chart is good for you, then you want to subscribe. You can also switch to an hourly chart. Hourly chart is good enough. You can see broken up right now. There was a slight pullback here. We can see if there's a green pentagon coming up for Kellington on the half hourly chart. That's going to be. Now, remember, TradingView here, you can also get it on your phone, on the TradingView phone too. So it's a mobile apps which is supported by the TradingView. So it's a plugin that we have, and that one makes it very seamlessly. Okay, let's switch back to a daily chart. Now the next stock I have is revenue, all right, which is also on our trending list this morning in here. Let's switch on to revenue. Oh, let me just bring up the revenue chart. REV. And you can see stock chart revenue. So you can see this was now revenue broke out. Okay, revenue group. There you go. And okay, there you can see here a wonderful breakout in here. Revenue 5th of January in here. Okay, 5th of January. And we can see that one, it's judging it very, very nice. So you can see here, the revenue broke up, and that's one of those stocks that's gone up. You may ask me, Martin, why hasn't it turned green pentagon? That's right. Now, like it or not, green pentagon will avoid all those climatic volume. It will pull back a bit. You might want to wait to go in on the pullback trade, but definitely on the trending stock, I'll pick this one in here. For today, I do think that the market's going to push up. This is very similar also what trade to RCE Capital. Okay, you can see that one, which is one of the trades I like. You can see up here, you can see all this, then break, and there you go. That's how it actually does. All right, so remember, learn to read the charts. There are evidence of smart money accumulations, and when they do, they'll push up, just like what you see for revenue. Right now, revenue is just going through undertaking of profit taking, but that's normal. Buy on the pullback. Learn to read the charts. Okay. Okay, that's what I have on the trending list stocks inside here. Let's look at what we do. Okay, look at the stock chart up. Remember, orange trends are now. What we're trying to see is the sign of strength sign, which I show you every week in here. You want to pay attention to the low spread bar. Now, if you look back at revenue here, okay, revenue. Right, these are all low volume, isn't it? You can see that. There you go. All the low volume, low volume. So low volume in here, it's a event where smart money is actually accumulating. So you can see that. So pay notice to the low event. So there's something for you. Of course, in our masterclass that we are doing in February, 5, 6, and 7, those of you who are registered, give yourselves applause, because this is where we're going to be going more deeply about what we've seen so far. There are many other methods that in Trade VSA will works well. This is just one of them to share with you regularly, I remember, so to make sure we engage you. But in February, just 1 week before the Chinese New Year, February, right, we'll be doing our masterclass. We just did one on November, so every 2 months we're doing it. So if you attended the November one, please come back and attend the February one. So make sure you have this reinforcement, again, part of our agenda for 2021, being a trained trader and a trained investor. And if you have that as an agenda, this is why we support you and build you the next 6 months, every 2 months, to be much better, to be a trader in here. And guess what? You'll always pick up something like revenue, you'll pick up something like K-Power, Top Glove. You would have probably exceeded top glove and don't be stuck there, isn't it? So think of the new self, the new you, once you have that education and the power to change, by having knowledge. And this is definitely one way you can see the chart in front of you. Pay notice to low volume, pay notice to narrow spread bars. All right. So that's always been my message to you in here. Let's move on. And what we have right now, this is also the QR code. If you want to know more about line change spring test, just watch that one, 9 minutes in here. All right, definitely our intakes is opening for registration right now for February 5, 6, and 7. It's a 3-day course, but we spread over 5 days. That's right. So this is the one that you can come back and re-attend. No absolute cost over Zoom, of course, and this stretch for 12 months. Now just think of it, 12 months of intensive, every 2 months of course, plus weekend courses and weekday courses. All you got to do is, are you committed to learn? We are committed to teach you, right? So make sure you register for the February 2021 masterclass that we'll be doing very, very soon. Of course, not forgetting this week, this Saturday, right? This weekend, as a token of appreciation for your support for 2020 as well as 2021, right? Going forward, we want to give you some of the top trade ideas in 2021. So sign up for our special Zoom. So once you click this, you will get into a registration sign up and then the link will be sent up to you. So I'll see you this Saturday. If not sooner, anyway, I'll be with you on Friday again, right? So Saturday is one in here. Now, of course, going back to our agenda 2021, the things that we really want to put forward, the Q1 2021 is our Pentagon Guider portfolio trading strategy, which we'll review on the 16th, how to do that. As I said before, the same strategy, the same method works very well also for the US market in here, and we have done that back testing in here. For the Malaysian market, so far it's about 106%, but it is definitely higher for the Nasdaq, right? Now, if you compare the returns of the $35,000 portfolio to KLSE, which is only 2%, this is about 106% inside. Of course, there's a QR code on the right hand side. Please scan it to see more information. Now, why we are doing all this is because if you have the knowledge, you can do it yourself too. The knowledge, the skill, and also the coaches are here to support you going forward. All right. Now, don't forget, some of you are registering for our one-day growth investing course. So how to do that? And registration is through our monthly pass activation in here. This will be, so there's 2 events. This coming Saturday will be the Top Trade Idea 2021. Okay, so don't miss that at 2 p.m. And on the 16th, okay, sorry, go back here. On the 16th of January, a Saturday from 10 to 3:30 event will be our value growth investing course for 2021. So make sure you join us. Then the Zoom one, and the course is almost free. Why is that? Because if you share to 4 of your friends, that's 800 credit. That's it, and you can come for the course for free inside there. And we'll be talking about item number 3, which is the 106% Pentagon Guided Trading Portfolio Strategy to look for shares with the fixed trading rules. All right, that's the one that's going to put you inside. Now, do take note, there are some of you who have activated the monthly pass, didn't get any reply. No worries, you are already in our system in here. We will have you in here, and activation of the Zoom link will be sent to you within 48 to 72 hours. Just take note of that one. Of course, we are limited to 500 seats inside here. And remember, we have more than 10,000 followers on SmartRobie together with Martin Tier. So do register for this one in here, and I'll see you sooner and not later, at least on the 16th of January. Thank you for that one. And of course, find more great information in our Telegram chat room in here at TradeVSA in here. Do share this with your friend. Do share this of our event for the 16th, and they will definitely benefit from. All right, thank you very much. And if not, I'll see you on Friday, if not this Saturday. Bye-bye.